SAP project management. So I want to discussing before I want to go into the SAP project management point of view. The first one I want to discussing about the the learning journey of SAP project management. So here in SAP project management point of view, you have different courses and different certifications are there. And the first one it is going to for the ACT100. So basically, ACT100 is completely for the SAP active methodology. So whenever I want to do for the new implementation, or I want to do for the conversion, or I want to do for the migration, or I want to do for the selective data transmissions point of view, either on-premise view or cloud point of view. So means very simply what I can say, if we come to the S4, SAP S4 HANA, either on-premise or public, okay, how the project will be going to managed and what are the methodology was there. If you say the earlier days means olden days, you have the to do the SAP project point of you have the methodology that is going to for the ASAP methodology was there. There you have totally five phases are there like project preparation and project blueprint, project realization, finalization, go live after the support. Same thing when I'm come to S4 HANA. So I want to do the project. Okay. So how I can defining the project scope, duration, who are involving, and what are the work streams are there, and what are the tentative dates, and even once it is going to the go live or pre-go live, or once it's go to the support phase. Okay. What are the steps is involved? So I want to discuss this all the topic from this particular course. Okay. But as per the discussion, every SAP courses you have some kind of learning journey was there. So let's say here, so Shri, I want to becoming the expert into the SAP project management. So here you have the concept of, or you can say that different courses is there, and even you have the different sorry, as per the discussion, you have different courses are there. Along with the you have the different certifications also there. So let's say as a person means even so she before going to this active methodology any can able to can learn this course is nothing but no. So let's say this course is basically for the graduate to hire is nothing but no. So first thing is the now my focus is going to learning about the active methodology. Okay. So for this point of view here, I'm taking a two kind of peoples. Okay. So first one is as again I mentioned, there's a fresher point of view or graduate to higher point of view. These peoples are not understanding about this. So here I'm just taking a two kind of peoples here. The first one is the experienced persons. Okay. So maybe again I can say that SAP experience into the different either it is go for the technical department or it is going to functional department. Okay, or here techno functional department, the experienced peoples. Simply I can say that more than 10 plus years peoples understand this active methodology, not like 0 to 3 years. They want understanding about this concept is nothing but obviously no. So but basic things they will be understand, but not the project scope, duration, tentative date, and that split work streams and the rules and responsibility. So that is the reason the first thing is the so who are able to attend this training is nothing but here I'm just mentioned that simple word here either technical department. So as per the discussion, everyone having an idea about the so SAP having it, you have a lot of departments is again that is going to further technical departments. Let's say technical point of view, let's say basis project manager, okay, or if we go into the security project manager, or if it is going to for ABAP project manager, okay, or if you go to BWBA project manager, okay. So apart from this, even maybe who are coming from the apart from this base like you can only team leads, project leads, and application consultant. So these all peoples also will be even I can recommend it here more than 10 plus experience, they have at least one project, one end-to-end project knowledge is there, then the people able to learning this. Okay. So second people's, I'm just mentioned that here. So non-SAP background, so only for PMP and Scrum Master certification holder. Okay. So you can even the PMP is a project management. Okay. So Scrum Master is also one of the certification for PMP point of view. So these two peoples are able to learning about the SAP Active Methodology here. So how the roadmap, or I can say what is the learning journey? Okay, the first learning journey when you come to here. So again, so Sri, I want to, because of last few years onwards, I had to working completely for the SAP ACC and SAP Business Suite or SAP some solution manager. Means simply I can say that I'm using it a completely infrastructure as a on-premise. So here SAP recommended before I want to come to active methodology, you should be having the basic knowledge about the S4H00 course. So this is the first course you should be complete about the before you want to come to the S4 before coming to the SAP active methodology. See why this course is recommended is nothing but so actually what is the S4H 00 is nothing but basically it is the SAP S4 HANA overview. See already you have very experience about the ECC, no? So I want to able to come to the active methodology. So but in S4 HANA, even if you go into the S4H 00 the course code was a S4H0. So here they will be detailed about the what is the changes are like basic, what are the differences between the ACC to S4 HANA. Okay. Again, when I'm come to S4 HANA, so again the S4 HANA to HANA evaluation, and after that again S4 HANA on premise to SAP cloud. What are the versions or differences are there? Apart from this, SAP BW for HANA, SAP C4C HANA, okay, and SAP SAP Cloud ALM, okay, and SAP Signivio, okay, SAP Linux. Maybe if you have to follow the latest guide, so they will be going to the overview was there. Because of even I can recommend, and most of the people they don't have idea about these tools. SAP, WalkMe, okay. So likewise, success factor, Ariba, like you have overview. So that means whenever I'm come to S4 HANA, what are the new things will be comes under picture. So those all topic will be comes under forever S4 HANA. So that is the reason. So whenever if you're going to further this particular training, okay, you should be recommending about the even especially for the who are from the again I just mentioned that for you like basis point of view or application point of view or business process owner point of view, team leader, even project manager or program manager. So company to company the changes are same thing here. Even so even who are coming from the PMT department, project management, so they want to able to learning about the active methodology means yes, they should be having a basic knowledge about the S4 HANA because they want to do the project on S4 HANA. So they want to know again when the S4 HANA will be the star version will be started, why I should be migrated, why I should be going to convert into the ECC to S4 HANA, what is the project scope, duration of the project, who are involving the project plan, project setup. So this all knowledge will be comes under for S4 HANA. Once this will be completed, then the next course it is going to further ACT100. That is our course currently what we are learning from this particular training. So Sri, what is the SAP ACT100? So this course is completely about the SAP, our course as I mentioned that SAP Active Methodology. Okay. So when I'm going to this particular course, So here you have to discussing about the what are the road maps. Okay, so whenever I'm going to further this particular Act 100, so what are the phases? Previously, I told that you're following a ASAP methodology. Right now, you're following the active methodology. What are the phases? Like a discovery phase, exploration phase, preparation, and realization, and run is there. Apartment, after that, it is going to support kind of thing. Okay. So the entire active methodology overview, what are the elements are there, like who are working on it, and what are the work streams, either on-premise point of view or cloud point of view. Okay. Along with maybe I had to working with the cloud ALM, or if you go to SAP Signifio, or if you go to the what are the transition paths are there, these all topics will be comes under for the active methodology, that is the Act 100. Even after completion of this, you can able to do for certifications also. Okay. So again, after completion of this course, okay, even I show my agenda for this particular course. So as per the freeway discussion here, so here these are the agenda. If you observe the agenda here, so this is the agenda for your S4H. So here, if you understand first one, the introduction about the SAP active methodology and active overview, the elements, and what are the work stream in detail for the cloud and on-premise. And SAP significant to supporting a S4HANA transformation. As I told you, have different tools are there, like SAP Linux and SAP WalkMe. Okay, and cloud ALM. So those even including BTP, Rise with SAP, Grow with SAP. So those all transitions are comes under from this particular. Okay. So these are the topic will be comes under from this particular Act 100. Okay. After completion, should you have any kind of practical from this means? Yes. So here, these are the URLs will be provided here. Okay. Suppose now I'm just going to for the Act 100. So as I mentioned that first one here, just go to the SAP roadmap viewer. If you click on the SAP roadmap, means how I can enable into my SAP active methodology. Okay, again, what are the different solutions are there? If you observe here, cloud specific methodology point of view, three solutions are there. On-premise view point of view, three solutions are there. Upgradation point of view, four solutions are there, and generic and cross. Right now, most of the customers are going to for cloud, and even it is going to for SAP BTP, and even they go to SAP artificial intelligence. So for this point of view, they have different solutions are there. If you observe here, SAP active methodology for cloud ERP private, okay, new implementation, conversion, and selective data transformation, and even here two-tier configuration, like two-tier system landscape or three system landscape. You have different kind of thing. Apart from this, line up the business. Okay, means module wise business process. Like I can go to Ariba, Success Factor, Concurrent, SAP, Fieldglass, or if you go to Sales Cloud, or it is going to the intelligent platform. So these all also will be comes under for. So currently most of the trending and booming methodology from SAP point of view is the cloud specification. So no, Shri, I want to go to only for the ECC2. ECC, I'm just going to the on-premise view. Okay, again, I want to go to S4 and also on-premise view. Okay, so for this point of view, SAP active methodology transition to S4 HANA. Maybe I'm using the BW, so BWBA. So I want to convert into the BW for S4 HANA. Okay, or I want to go into only for the SAP S4 HANA central finance point of view. So these are the methods. Let's say, so the most trending one, let's say I'm just going to for active methods. As I mentioned, these are the phases. Okay, discovery phase, preparation, exploration, realization, deployment, and run. So this entire course you have to discussing each phase of what are the phases are there, what are the work streams are there. So work stream is basically for the I can say the roles and responsibility and who are handling from this particular and what are the products are if you observe here SAP BTP, SAP Signifio, and SAP Linux, and even Cloud ALM. Even every top product they have separate learning journey and separate courses are there. So those are discussing later. And again with the tags like new implementation point of view, or conversion point of view, clean code technology, or you can go to selective data transformation, or organizational change management, or it is go to the roles point. So these all comes under for the, like again, as I mentioned, these are the even responsible who are working from this particular project. It's a system administration basis consultant. Technology consultant means basis consultant. Even integration expert means day basis consultant. Data migration means so project manager, enterprise architecture, configuration expert, extensionability. These are the project leaders. Okay, along with acceleration. So why accelerated? So why I should be go to active methodology means in olden days I following a AS methodology. I had to build a document from the scratch level onwards. But here, when I'm coming to SAP active methodology, what happened? SAP giving a predefined readiness or predefined configuration checks. For example, let's say I'm just finding a, let's say performing, like I want to converting from the, okay. So I want to converting from the ECC to S4 HANA. What is the read check? What is the readiness check is there? So I want to make a, some kind of readiness. Okay. Even I want to preparing for some kind of white paper. Okay. Or I want to means any kind of documentation, predefined document will be there, predefined Excel sheet or whatever the mention they're giving it the overview along with even. So let's say Um, suppose I'm just going to this a discovery phase. The discovery phase mostly don't have document. Let me go to the preparation phase. Okay, so here if you go to some kind of checklist, okay, and select the some kind of, let's say I'm doing the migration. Okay, so if you do migration here, what are the accelerator? Okay, I'm selecting. Okay, fine. Okay, what are the accelerator? And even if you see this, so I want to go into for S4 HANA integration. So they're providing some kind of document. Like I'm just downloading here, I can use it. So let's say I'm just open this document. So this is the free defined. Okay, SAP providing us some kind of table. So this is just like customer number, vendor number, contact details. So your business rule mapping, then you can customize, you can upload directly during your project. Okay, so this is a just accelerator means to speed up of your project. So olden days when I'm working in a SAP SAP ASAP methodology, I can say that the project is almost going to further 3 to 4 years will be taken for implementation project. But when I'm coming to the SAP active methodology based on the project size, budgeting, and the number of systems, and also it will be taking for you can go for minimum to minimum 6 months to 1 year or 1.5 year. So you can see that where is the 1.5 year, where is the 1.5 year, and where is the 3 years will be there. So currently, most of the guys are going to the SAP best practices methodology, and that's why most of the guys are recommended for this active methodology. Okay, so more details we'll be discussing later. Okay, so after completion of this, then you can go for the Act 200. Okay, so this particular course. Okay, so again, as I mentioned the previously here, you have two kind of not only two, even when you're working with the other parts, some of the guys are calling the waterfall methodology and something. So similarly, the first active 100 is completely, it will be completely for the active methodology. So now when I'm coming to the SAP Active 200, it is completely going to for the SAP Agile methodology. Okay, so the course it's calling it SAP Agile Project Delivery. Again here, what are the things will be discussed here? First thing again, so what is the meaning of Agile and who are involving from this particular? What is the meaning of Scrum Master? So previously I discussing from this Scrum Master PMP1. So so here they will be discussing again for what is the meaning of Scrum Master. Okay, and so how the SLI will be integrated with the active methodology like RISE with SAP, S4 HANA, public and private cloud, and what are the implementation methodology, and where the methodology accelerate can be found, and what are the key roles of your SLR team, and what are the critical success factor for to implementing SAP SLR method during implementation phases, what are the best practices for if we have the bigger project, okay, and how to plan the sprints and releases from SAP Azilla implementation. So how to prioritize the and break up for the environment of implementation solution for based on the customer requirement and accelerations, okay. And finally, you can say that what is the estimation and how I can using for estimation during a SLA methodology, and even whenever I want to making a how I can go to essentially successful of SLA methodology and self-organization team to delegating a distribution relationship along with the customer value realization to go for it. So these all topics are comes under for this part. Again, as I mentioned, this is completely for the how I can implementing it active accelerator to implementing a SAP active methodology by using the SLA way. Okay, and even here during a SLA project, who was the what is the responsible post like technical administrator, or you can say migration, or if you go to project member, what is the responsibility? So those all will be comes under from Act 200. Okay, so these are the learning journey. See, after completion of this, okay, now I want to do for some kind of certification. Yes, after completion of this, so SAP providing a olden days you have C underscore Active 13 is there, but right now some of the certifications are going to retire and some of the certifications are going to expire. So after completion of this, you can do for certification that is going to for the C underscore Act 2403. Okay. So even what is the syllabus from this particular certification is nothing but again, so Active 100 is there and Active 200 is there. Okay. So after completion of the certification, you becoming a certified project manager for SAP Active Methodology. So even here, the weightage point of view, I can say that 40% will be comes under from Active 100, 60% will be comes under for the Active 200. Okay, maybe if you want to look up the certification code, so if you could just go to the C underscore. Okay, again, previously if you observe, so the SAP certification three levels are there. Any certification starting with the C is nothing but associate level, and any certification starting with the E is nothing but expert level. Any certification starting with the P is nothing but professional level. Okay, so this is the certification. If you observe here, so 80 questions from 3 hours and 73 cutoff course. And now, so you mentioned the some weightage is no. So these are weightage. See here, SLA Pro means that is comes under for the Act 200. SLA Project Delivery Act 200. And introduction about the SAP Act is comes under from Act 100. Work streams comes under from Act 100. Again, SAP Active Methodology Act 100, Act 100, Act 100, Act 100, Act 100 and 200. So these are the weightages. So even previously I'm doing the certification that is C underscore active 30. So it will be have same kind of setup. Okay. So this is the complete learning journey of your SAP active methodology to becoming a certified project manager for SAP point of view. Okay. Now I'm just going to further. Again, she only one more thing I forgot. So she this is you just mentioned for the whenever the peoples are from the SAP on-premise viewpoint of. So let's say my I'm coming from the even right now I want to implementing from the cloud point of view. Okay, this course is you just mentioned for the your on-premise use. Suppose I'm coming from the let's say now my requirement is I want to implementing into the completely okay the entire project will become will be going to the cloud point of view. So you have separate courses there that is going to further cloud ALM one. Don't think it is a cloud ALM pointer, but it is just course name is SAP. Means by using SAP Cloud ALM, how to create the project and all. Again, client administration, you have different courses are there that I'll explain later. So this course is basically for the SAP Cloud ALM, okay, in nutshells. Okay, keep in mind. So be strong whenever if you want to go into further clear again either on-premise viewpoint of view, what are the learning journey was there, and when I'm coming to the cloud point of view, what are the, so this is the overview. Okay, so now I want to go to in-depth level of remaining courses. Okay,